Okay. I'm paying attention.
Hello! Shh! We are starting, guys. Watch the countdown. Hello! Welcome to tonight's episode of Party of Two, where tonight we are currently a party of four, as you can see, and my camera once again went out. Hold on, guys. This happened last time too. We're figuring it out. We have a cord that needs to be replaced because it sucks.
Well, the problem is that the plug won't stay in the plug.
The plug won't stay in the plug.
It keeps sliding out.
Sliding out. They can still hear me though, right?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Okay, I'm going to keep going. We are continuing tonight with our wonderful guests, Julian from Everyday Superhero Cast. Say hi.
Hi.
And Abby from Tomes of the Chaos Bard.
Hello!
Abby and Julian are joining us this week for the third time, which is very exciting.
I'm only the second.
Oh, for the second time.
Although you've been on for a full season
That's
before,
true.
so
That's true.
you're an old pro at this by
You
now.
and Dave were on for a hot second back to the last time that I GM'd. Yes, so before we get going on tonight's episode with our campaign, we do have a couple of announcements. Next Wednesday, is our family gaming experience episode, so it will not be Tabletop Train Talks on Wednesday. But we are going to have a delightful conversation with Jerome and possibly be talking about Vampire the Masquerade, and is it possible to make Vampire the Masquerade family friendly? I don't know. We'll be answering that question. We'll see if it's possible. But that is going to be next week.
I mean, possible and should you are different questions.
These are all great. We will
very
talk
good
about
questions.
all this and more.
Can you? Should you? Should it be allowed? I don't know. Anyway, so that's going to be next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time here on this channel. And then Friday is going to be our normal casting of the show that you're currently watching. However, the week after that, we are going to be dark for our regularly programmed shows. Instead, you will get to play video games with me
Ooh.
for the first time. Because you played video games with Weston, you'll get to play video games with me.
I'm gonna have
and
to
I'm
show you how to
funnier.
how to figure out how to connect it
I know,
in some way.
because this is going to be hilarious. We're going to be doing it through the Switch. So it's going to be a little bit different. You might be in a little different room, but it's going to be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm going to be, unfortunately, for the whole week, I will be at a work conference. And so
In Las Vegas.
Yes.
He goes to work.
Ooh, fancy.
He goes to work things in Dana Point, California, literally right on the beach, and then in Vegas. We're all very sad for him.
Yeah, but then they work you the whole day.
I know you don't get to see freaking anything.
It's not fun times, it's exhausting times.
I know I've been with him. I'm just teasing you. I know it's exhausting.
And Hayley is a single parent at home.
Now that
That is true.
if anybody wishes to come and be a helpmeet for me over the week, that would be great. I'm taking applications. Email them to partyof2rpglive@gmail.com.
Hiring temp husband.
Temp husband for the week.
Temp
Does
only.
not
How about another
enjoy
wife?
Does not enjoy all employee benefits.
Oh my gosh! This got really weird really fast.
All right.
Anyway, that's all.
It's the right amount of weird.
Just the right amount of weird. Before we do our intro, however, Julian, introduce your show, where you can find it, and who you recently had on, because that's kind of like a really big deal.
Oh, cool. I am Julian. I'm from Everyday Superhero Headquarters. I have the show Everyday Superhero Cast, which is a nerdy lifestyle wellness show that recently had B. David Walters on, and it was. Listen, if you've ever been inspired enough to want to suddenly run through brick walls because of the words you just heard, you will find that emotion listening to this episode. He's
incredible.
It was awesome. It was I knew he was a life coach before getting into TTRPGs, so we bonded real fast. And it was almost awkward because he kept saying the words that I normally say in the conversation.
Like, stop
So
stealing
it's
Stop
words
stealing
out of
my
my mouth.
Jeez.
rebuttal this if you're just saying my half of the conversation. But it was we had a number of people in chat be like, I didn't know this is a conversation I needed to hear, but thank you.
Good. I was so
Yeah.
sad because I did not see that notification until the next day.
It's okay. The full episode will be out this Tuesday, and those episodes also have monologues for me on relatable wellness topics.
That's awesome.
So-
And where can they find those podcasts?
Everywhere podcasts are not sold because they're free. If you were to check it out on YouTube, that helps me out the most. But anywhere you can find it on an audio platform, you can find Everyday Superhero Cast.
And
I
anywhere
need to
you
follow
do
on
find it-
YouTube. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anywhere you can find it.
subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You better like, follow, and subscribe to any of the platforms of which
Always.
all of the platforms.
And if you listen on a podcast, review.
Yeah, reviews help on podcasts so much. So much.
Especially on Apple, because it puts you up higher in the algorithm, so
Yep.
people find you.
Yep, rating
Yep.
and reviewing is the only way that you can work with the algorithm on Apple, which I found out very quickly when I was a podcast producer. All right, Abby, who are you? Where are you from? And where can we find your stuff?
Okay, I am Abby from Tomes of the Chaos Bard. I play Henley. And we are a family-friendly, all-ages actual play podcast with original songs and music. So we have a composer that writes the majority of our songs, and we sing them. Think theatrical, old-time radio show,
Mm-hmm.
family listening. It's really great.
It's a lot of fun.
We have a little too much fun sometimes, but it's basically what you can imagine, a live storybook show.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. If you've got younger kids that you want to bring into gaming and TTRPGs, probably the best place to start. Our oldest child loves your show.
And we have spell time where we read the D&D spells and explain what they do before we use them. It's great. We have a little later on we do a little ding so you know a spell time is coming. It's great.
I haven't listened to any recent episodes, so I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. I didn't
Pause.
I've had a little too much fun in the later ones.
It's kind of like, they have the pause for station identification. This is pause for spell identification.
Exactly.
I like
Is
that, I
pause
like
for we also do it for class stuff. So we call it class time. So we have spell time and class time.
Oh,
It's great.
that's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. So where can they find your podcast?
You can find it on all major podcast platforms and a lot of the little ones, especially Apple, Spotify, Google, all of the things. We are also on YouTube. We have audiograms that you can listen to there if you like YouTube music or have YouTube Premium.
Cool. Who has YouTube Premium? Seriously. I have too many things that I have to subscribe to at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I was subscribed to YouTube Premium for like 3 months when they did the free subscription thing, and I freaking loved it, and I hated getting rid of it.
They still do it's a free subscription thing, but if you
They
already
do.
used your 3 months,
They do, but it's like you have to then keep track of which account has the free one at that time. So you have to make sure you switch, and then it completely changes the algorithm based on
Not worth
what
it.
that one was for. Because then you watch all of the things.
Just
with that one.
don't do it. Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
There's me being a nerd. Okay, so I'm gonna go find your guys' stuff on YouTube right now and drop your
Some links.
But while I do that, Weston, are we ready for the intro?
I think we are ready. So let's begin tonight's episode of Party of Two. If the button will be clicked. Just to let you know, we seem to have a slight issue with OBS at the moment, so hopefully it's stable, but it was being weird for just a minute there. Thank you.
Feel free to let us know in the chat if things get janky.
Yes. Last time on the Scions, our party have made contact with Theo and Sia. Sia is the long-lost sister of Anna, who Anna thought at one point to either be dead or sold into slavery. Theo, the caretaker who has cared for her all these years, as Sia is unfortunately been blessed, cursed, it's hard to know which, to be the oracle of the goddess Pharasma, the goddess of death and fate, who Anna also serves as champion. In this instance, they, as in Anna, had been tasked with finding Shimon-ji, a escaped Knoll abolitionist from another country that has now allied itself with Kuthwaldwin's forces. You had been tasked with finding them, and you weren't exactly sure where to look, but you knew that they were a servant of Caden Kalian. Mm-hmm. You then tracked down the most likely place to find a servant of Caden Kalian, a bar called the Creepy Mantity, which
really creepy.
it's really creepy looking. If you join the Discord, you can see it on the...
With the best graphic ever.
Oh my gosh. That was... Yeah.
You went in. Anna tried to intimidate all the guests there.
Didn't try. She's quite
She
successful.
did quite successful.
She nailed it.
A little too much.
Also intimidated the rest of her own party.
Yeah. Well, luckily, though, Theo decided to do the diplomatic route. He went and did some investigating and rolled a natural 20 on his diplomacy check with the tavern.
Which was like a 45.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Awesome.
Boom.
That was like critical on a critical. And so because of that, the owner quickly told you what they knew of where to find Shimon-ji. That she was hiding out in the least likely place to get looked for in an old crypt located outside the city. You know of this crypt. You know where it's at. It's definitely not a place you'd want to go, generally. But that's where they're located. And after that, you all headed back with some meandering, doing some fun things along the way as you traveled back to the Temple of Serenade.
Teaching Sia to stop for the small things and to be in the moment of life.
Exactly.
You mean Anna?
Yeah, Theo is a pug dog.
Theo is a pug dog. He is a Shuni, which in Pathfinder is a pug dog race.
He's bipedal humanoid pug, though.
Yeah.
And he's old.
Don't confuse him with the actual pug animals.
I mean, just pretend I walk on 2 feet and have a sword.
Yes.
So...
Oh, and yes, and Giulianuary is in cosplay tonight. He's got the little pug ears. Go and see the little ears. They're so cute.
But the cosplay is not complete until we hear the snort. There we go. Some point during the stream, you'll probably also hear it from his actual pugs.
Yeah, probably.
Yep. They're asleep right now, so in like 10 minutes they'll be snoring.
Yep.
Nice.
So, as you are leaving the creepy manatee on your way back, what do you want to do?
For some reason, I thought we had headed back already, but
yeah, you are like you're on your way. Is there anything you want to do on the way to the temple?
Anna's good. She just wants to get back.
Are we going to the temple or are we going to Theo's my home?
That's right.
Yeah, we were going to Theo's house.
You were going.
Someone said you really wanted to see it, and I was like, it's not much there, but sure.
Thank you.
Yes, we're going to Theo's.
Thank you for reminding me.
Okay. I also have to remember the voice. Hold on.
Get it.
Someone else talk.
Character.
So
Anna
is very much anxious to get to wherever we are headed, even though she doesn't know where she's going. She keeps finding herself like 3 or 4 steps ahead of everyone, and then has to like kind of pull back a little bit, and then she finds she starts walking faster, and like this continues pretty much the whole. Excuse me, as I spit on my microphone. This continues to pretty much the entire walk.
Which with Theo and your size, remind our viewers, how tall is your character?
Taller than a gnome, shorter than a dwarf.
So
like
about 60 to 70 pounds.
Like the 3'6".
Like
Right?
probably 4 feet.
4
I think
feet?
it's about
Okay.
4 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
So with your small 4 feet frame and Anna constantly being
And she's
ahead,
5'9".
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's 5'9". She's not super tall. Like she's not as tall as I am, but she's tall.
Sia, where are you standing? Because you've got Anna, who's like constantly 3 feet ahead. You got Theo, who's probably about 3 feet behind.
I'm definitely walking with Theo. I'm actually pretty quiet at the moment.
Oh dear.
As is
Hold on,
most,
do I notice that? I should probably get my dice. Hold on.
you should probably get your
I
dice.
should probably have my dice within arm's reach.
Get your math rocks.
Do I notice that she's? I'm assuming I would notice that.
Well,
she's
let's
being
roll
quiet.
that perception check and find out.
Okay, first dice roll of the night.
Here goes.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is where hero points come in. Weston, how about you tell our wonderful viewership what are hero points?
Hero Points is a Pathfinder 2nd edition mechanic that allows for the reroll of a d20 dice. Like the
Already
one that was
throwing
just
dice
thrown.
on
In order to, so you can reroll with that using that
I'm
hero
not sorry.
point.
That dice just full on betrayed me.
That one.
Yes, that was a
Hey,
natural
hey,
one.
you got it out of the way in the very first roll. Now you don't have to worry about it.
So you can use channel points from our channel to give a reroll hero points to any of the players. I'm pretty sure I have 2 from last session.
Yeah.
And
Think
the
of it.
DM.
And you can give villain points to the DM.
Yes, you can. Which allows for
I
a
don't really
reroll
like
of
reminding
me
people
and
of
the
that.
monsters. I still have 3 from previous session.
Yes, you do.
So, yes, you and everyone does start with 1 hero point each session, so you each have 1 to start. But that was a natural 1.
I was a natural 1, so I know nothing.
Anna is very focused on. This is why she keeps getting ahead, because she's very focused, kind of just living in her head as she's walking. Az, on the other hand, is probably standing kind of in between the 2 groups, like.
the piece.
And then he's constantly reminding Anna, and then she notices.
And she'll slow her legs, like her stride, just for a few walks, and then she starts walking faster again.
We're excited to have you too.
We are very excited to have you. He's only here because they're not doing
That's true.
Lost Tribes gaming tonight. He's normally doing the vampire one.
Ashen by Night. So this continues for a bit until, for a moment, Az kind of grabs a hold of Anna. Anna,
What?
do you know where they live?
No.
Then it might be helpful if we let them show us.
I am trying, but have you seen how small those legs are?
I
I always feel like it would be faster if he got on 4s, perhaps, because then he'd be able to dig into the ground slightly more, but he isn't and doesn't, apparently. But he has 4 paws. It doesn't make sense why he can't walk on all 4s.
I think that would
Is
be.
that racist?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Against
I'm just
pug
gonna
dogs.
look back. Against Shuni. I'm gonna just kind of look back and just see if he's paying attention to what I just said.
Theo, do you think?
Theo, are you paying attention?
I'm paying attention, and not to you. I'm paying attention to the fact that I am not the only person in charge of the person I've been
Sia?
supposed to protect for the entire time, and I'm like allowing myself a little bit more time off as we're doing this.
Gotcha.
Oh,
I got you.
okay.
I got you.
Like, I'm on the mission. I'm on the job. It is very easy for me to notice if we're being followed, or if I need to keep up or slow down. But like, it's you can't see where I'm pointing. You're the only one that would know this. My demeanor is more calm than grumpy.
Yep.
And it used to be more grumpy than calm. And it's a this is how I would normally walk anyways and how I approach life, but it's less disgruntled.
Okay.
Suddenly, a little bit of weight is off of your shoulders of being responsible for Sia all the time.
Yep.
So Az is going to kind of pull Anna, just kind of, softly pull Anna back just a little bit. And, Theo, how close are we to your house?
In your footstep or mine? Sorry, in your footsteps or mine?
Let us say yours, then.
100 million.
Oh my gosh, are you being serious
Sia,
right now?
how far away is the house?
Not far.
Thank you.
Well, then, let's... Anna, why don't you tell her a little about... I think she was interested in Sir Michael.
Oh.
The dressmaker we mentioned.
Of course. Sia, are you interested in hearing about the dressmaker? For the
Sure.
Domina?
Sure.
Okay. Well, Sir Michael is a dressmaker for the Domina, and he is an eccentric one. And Anna kind of goes on to explain who Sir Michael is and how they met. And for the audience's sake,
Yep.
I will let you guys know that in the briefest of terms that Sir Michael was saved by Anna and party while they were escaping from Cheliax, and he became their royal patron until the Domina decided to take them in.
Yep. So as kind of scoots over next to Theo, kind of goes around the other side.
We just lost Julian.
I think we might have just lost this video. Did we lose his audio too?
January, we lost you.
He's lost us.
No.
No, like we straight up lost him
straight up
completely.
lost him. He's gone. He'll have to come back.
Okay. Az just kind of leans down to Theo. And just, if they're talking, Anna can't walk ahead. So.
That's the truth right there.
So Az just lets you two kind of talk and, kind of go back and forth as we continue to walk that direction. So now we're actually next to each other as we walk. You walk through this part of town, of course. Sia, you've well acquainted with it until we get to the area where your house is. It is not a bad part of town, but all of Old Town is older. Definitely a little beat down. There's cracks in the sides of the walls and things like that.
Old Town is old?
Yes, I know. It is strange.
Wow.
Julian, we can see you.
We cannot hear you.
I don't think he's talked yet.
Talk. Nope, he can't hear us.
Okay, give us one. Oh,
Oh, and then he's gone.
lost him again. Dealing with issues, technological issues. You see, though, a square house, very basic, definitely older in its style. The roof shingles, you can tell it's missing a couple here and there, and not adorned. As you walk up, there's no feeling of home. There is no evidence at all around the house that anyone actually lives there. The door is shut. The windows are closed. The shutters are shut. Sia and Theo, this is as you walk up to your house, it all shut. Like I said, there's no real indicator. There's no, flowers outside. There's no, items left.
Nothing permanent.
Yeah.
Sia immediately goes and opens up all the windows.
So I'm assuming this is your home. Yes?
Yep.
Theo, as Anna walks in, you guys open the door. Anna walks in. What does she see in the house?
A rectangle floor plan that's almost a square, um, barely divided by a couple walls with doors that have no doors on them, just doorways. Um, there's one room with a cot, another room with a more comfy bed. That one is not for me. There are bags of like clothes or like stuff that can be like easily packed just in case that were never fully unpacked. Um, there is a small table that fits me, and like no chairs, but like pillows where you would sit next to the table. Some countertops. All the cupboard doors are open, but there appears to be nothing in the cupboards.
Did someone rob you?
No.
Oh, it just this.
I mean, it's. I have no. I don't. Was the door locked?
I don't know. West, was the door locked?
Sia, Theo, would you guys have locked your door when you left your house?
Yes, but I just.
Yeah.
See, it was the one that opened it, so that's why I was asking.
So yeah, you guys unlocked your door as normal.
Okay.
Nothing seemed amiss.
Yeah, no. It's you can't steal stuff that's not there.
So, you normally don't have. Where do you get your food from?
The vendors. That's why they know us.
So you guys don't ever keep anything in house, like you don't cook at home.
Sure. When we have something to cook or want to cook something, or she's awake.
Oh. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Miss Tunk. Miss Tunk. Like Miss Took, but Miss Tunk.
It's Miss Tunk.
Miss Tunk. Oh, obviously Abby knows.
They're
who
another
this is.
podcast.
Okay. Hi. Sorry. I'm really bad with names, but I try really hard to say them.
She does. She tries really hard.
They're another podcast. Hunter, I believe. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh. Well then. Okay, moving on. That was awkward.
So yeah,
The point is, the home looks barren but lived in.
yep.
Okay.
Imagine the situation a lot of times that you have if you were at a very low end Airbnb type situation. You don't quite unpack all your stuff. You don't quite pack all your stuff. It all just kind of seems there.
All right. It's well, I mean, it's better than what I had at the Citadel, so it works.
Al's looking around. He's like, so you live here?
Yes.
This is not like a safe house.
I mean, both. The more anonymity, the less likely people could find us.
Are people looking for you?
I'm really good at not being found, but this is one of the tricks I understand.
Wait, no, hold on. Straight answer. Is anyone looking for you?
No one specific. But when I was told to protect her, it meant feeling like we're on the run. So I act as if we're on the run, even if we're not.
Well, this does then remind me. This reminds me a little of some of the safe houses for the Bellflower Network. He looks around, does a long look. The very temporary ones.
Yes.
Sia, Theo, do you spend more time here or back at the temple?
The temple.
Well, that would explain a number of things.
Yes. Well, I believe we need to head to the cemetery or the crypt or
Well,
what was it?
Yes, well, not tonight.
Were we in a cemetery recently?
You
Yes, we were. We were.
Was it the same one?
Is it the same one?
They told you that it was an old crypt outside of town.
Oh, right. So we'll not go until tomorrow. Is there a backyard?
Which is why we were headed here.
Yes, that's true.
We all
yes.
remember the canon from last episode.
Look here, Mr. Magoo. Well, is there if I look out the window, do I see is there a backyard at all? Is there an area? I'm trying to figure out, is there a way for us to set up our cabin, because the accommodations in
There
this one
is an
is
open
not...
there is an open area in the back. However, it is not closed off. It's not like there's no fence. This literally looks like a block cement house in between two other houses. But there is
You
there
would,
is
you
some
would
open
also
area.
notice, if you were to pay attention to the houses to the left or to the right, uh, the neighborhood in general is people that in those those conditions can almost not afford those conditions.
Mm-hmm.
So there is while it's humble and not much, it is the discipline and upkeep that has been kept on ours is from someone who is choosing to be here rather than having to be here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going just at the room at large, and I'm looking to Sia, but speaking to kind of everyone, and say, do you want us to stay in here? If not, Charles has accommodations. As Charles,
You can
Charles as.
stay here, but we only have 2 beds.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, perhaps.
And one of them is a cot, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I do have the option to provide us with a little more sleeping space. If you're okay with that, I will use the space right out back. Well, let me go. And so as we'll go.
Actually,
Can I watch?
Yeah, Anna's gonna lean over to Steve and be like, "You don't want to miss this. This is very exciting."
Is anyone, Theo? Do your feet hurt from the walk?
Do I have what?
Are we going to do a hot tub?
I thought it might be nice.
Yes.
A what?
No, I didn't hear what
Have
you
you ever
said.
had a hot tub, like a natural hot spring where the water is just hot and warm and you don't have to boil it?
No.
You mean tea?
No, not like tea. We're not tea bags just sitting in a giant pot waiting to steep.
Well, I mean that's a interesting
Okay, that
analogy.
is actually very accurate, but we're not going to be drunk by any. I'm going to stop right there. Anyway, as will you just go do the thing?
Yes, see it. Come, let me show you what I can do.
Oh my gosh!
And as I do have
I
a
just
question.
follow closely behind Az.
So I am a I don't know if I told you this, but I am a cleric of Nethys. Are you acquainted with the god of magic?
Just that he's the god of magic. I don't know much about him.
He is how do I put this? Eccentric. You know in all the
Eccentric's a
stories,
word for it.
you know all the old magic user in all the stories who's gone kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's Nethys.
He's a neutral god,
he's
just like
crazy.
Phrasma.
At times, from time to time. However, he values knowledge heavily. And so those who value
He's a
knowledge...
bookworm.
Yes. So those who value knowledge, he sometimes helps. So I use my magic that comes from him, as well as I do have some innate magic. So come sit with me.
Because your race?
I'm not sure, honestly. I believe it's family. And you watch as suddenly there's this moment of my family, it's complicated, but yes, there's magic there. So come sit with me. And so he kind of sits down Indian style. And then he says,
She sits next to you, Indian style.
I would like. I know you have magic, and yours is very unique. I want to see if you could feel mine, if you have that ability to sense in others. And so he puts his hand out for you to take it.
She hesitates and looks at her gloved hand and tentatively she takes it off and
Ooh.
takes your hand.
Right. You
But it's like really slow. Like,
okay?
I don't know if I should do this sort of thing.
Roll me a religion check.
Okay. I forgot my dice upstairs, so on the break I'll grab them. But I have my phone. Okay. D20 and religion. Holy smokes. Okay, that's a 16 plus 21.
Yeah.
Nice. Wait, your modifier is
Her
21?
modifier is 21.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, woman.
She's an oracle of a deity.
I get that. I'm a
Ah.
champion.
You are able to sense a magic, especially since both your deity and his are neutral deities.
Okay.
Yours is simply true neutral, and his is neutral chaotic.
Oh,
And so
fun.
yes, and so you can actually feel the magic from him. Definitely feels different than yours, but you can feel it. And then Az pulls out from his pack a block of wood. Kind of looks about this big, just a little like, a 2x4 type thing. And then you watch as he throws it out into the middle of the open grass behind your building. And then you watch as suddenly the piece of wood unfolds as if there was another piece of wood on top of it. And then it unfolds again. And then the 3 pieces unfold sideways to make 6 pieces. And then suddenly it just continues this exponential growth factor of unfolding wooden planks till you have a flat bottom, and then it begins to build sidewalls all around it in a square, and then builds a ceiling, and then a door on the front that is currently shut with stairs going up to it. Of course, all made from these little 2x4 slats.
Whoa. I definitely felt your magic then. Wow.
Good. I was
then-
wondering.
And then she like realizes she's holding your hand and then lets go and puts her glove on.
Okay. As you take your hand away, he's like, no worries. No problem. Well, next is this. And he takes out a little vial of clear liquid. He unstoppers it. It is simply water. This is simply a medium for this spell. And so then he walks a little farther away.
Is it holy water?
No, this is not. My deity is not actually holy. At all.
It's true.
And then he pours out the water, and it falls down onto the ground, creating that little, indention and little puddle. And then you watch as suddenly that puddle sinks down, and about 10 feet around in a diameter, sinks about 3 feet down, and then suddenly fills and rushes in with this hot mineral spring water. And it just
You notice that Sia is acting like a little bit afraid and like closes her eyes.
Darling. And Anna goes in like to sit next to her and she's like, what's wrong?
Oh, just brought back bad dreams.
You have bad dreams with water?
Deep holes in the earth.
There are many bad things in deep holes. So,
Oh, well, it's not that deep. It's only 3 feet. And Anna's going to kind of take off her bag and she knows she has clothes that she can change into. And so she's going to kind of take off a couple of the outer layers and then go kind of wade into the water. And she's like, it's only 3 feet. Look. It's fine.
That's like drowning level for me.
Well, you don't have to get in. I mean, you're always welcome. I didn't mean that in a rude way. I mean, like, you're always welcome to get in the water. It's wonderful. It really is
I'm
quite
sure you can
nice.
doggy paddle.
But there's like a little bench,
Rude.
right? There's like a little bench, right? Like around the outside, like because we've sat and like lounged
Yes,
in it before.
yes.
Yeah, so there's like a little step. Like you can sit on the step.
I'm gonna sit on like the edge of the lip
Yep.
heading into it and dangle my feet over because I can't reach.
That works. And you do feel it is warm. This is a hot spring. This is like suddenly a hot spring of warm mineral water right there. soothing all of your hurts. If any of our players had wounds, it would heal you. I believe it's 60-10.
Yeah, it's a
over the
stupid
course
amount.
of an hour of sitting in there. So you
How
all,
does it affect me as an oracle? Like,
not
like-
negatively at all. You are not
Okay.
currently dealing with any of the negative side effects currently.
okay, yeah, that's
so,
right.
So, Sia, did you get in? Are you sitting?
She's looking at it suspiciously.
Just, why don't you come try, and then if you don't like it, you can get out.
I'll be right back. And Az goes and
Okay.
heads into the cabin. That's right there.
I mean, you can always get out. It's not a forever thing. It's not like you're stuck here. If you want, or not.
I'll go change inside.
Okay.
And then she goes inside.
Okay.
How long does Sia stay? Does Sia just go in and get dressed? Does she stay in there for a bit?
She stays in for a little bit. She just like does a calming mantra
Right.
thing. And then comes out.
All right.
It's like probably 5-8 minutes.
Okay. So you come
Enough
with
to
you?
yeah, it's enough to like make them a little like, is she gonna come out or not?
Mhm.
Within a few minutes of like hovering over the steam rising from the hot spring, the warmth is going to get to the old man bones, and very slowly, I'm going to just sink back as if I'm trying to lean into a sofa that's not there, and then I'm just there and then snoring. But then, like between her leaving the room and if there was a door closing it in that time, would be
You're
me
out.
getting to snores.
It's just like it's like that dog belly up,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
arms to
Yeah,
the side type situation.
As
Yep.
you come back out.
tongue hanging out.
Yeah, Az just went and got changed real quick, so he comes out and he just got his little tied little swimsuit type thing around his waist, and comes over to just sink into the hot spring there. Is Anna staying in her armor? Is she?
No, she got out of it.
Okay.
And she wasn't really in armor anyway. She was just in like a couple of like a tunic and
Okay.
her deerskin pants and stuff. So
So Abby, as you come out, as Sia comes out, she does find everyone there, Az and Anna apparently in swim type of, covering swimwear type stuff, and Theo passed out on the side of this hot spring little section, snoring.
gosh.
Theo,
Sia
would you
smiles.
oblige with the snore?
Can we have the snore, Theo?
Theo, can we have a snore to give us the sensory? There we go.
Sia then goes and sits by Theo and just smiles and dips her feet in just to start. It's really hot.
It is. You get used to it though.
Simply give it a moment.
You can. It'll be fine. Just. It's really quite wonderful, and it like is soothing to the soul. It's not just a physical thing. It's like an emotional, spiritual, grammatical kind of issue thing. That was a joke. I was trying. All right, Az, can I have a
In
minute?
the space where the laughter is supposed to be, all you hear is
Darling,
Yeah.
can we have a minute?
Yes. And he gets up and walks back. He's, Sia, there are 4 beds in here. So if you want, you can sleep in your own bed, or if you want to, you can sleep in here. There's enough room for everybody. By the way, what's Bruce doing?
Bruce is just kind of like zonked out next to the house.
Okay, next to the house.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like, on his belly next to Theo. Right?
No, they don't have that enough of communal interest.
Sounds good.
Bruce is still a guard dog, so he's still kind of on guard.
So as we'll go back and he goes into the little cabin there.
All right. Darling, can you talk to me about what's wrong? Or not? See ya. Oh, did we lose Abby? Oh no, she's there. I saw her blink.
I thought you were talking
No, I was totally
to
talking to you.
Az.
No, Az just went away. Az just went
Yeah.
away. So
What do you mean?
you are just being slightly quiet? I don't know. Something seems wrong.
I am a little bit mad at you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to smile. It's not funny. Why are you angry with me?
You just show no consideration for others.
Okay. Let's walk that back. Let's unpack that for a second. What evidence do you have to prove that story?
You come here, so excited to see me, then act like my mom and not my sister. You completely just dog, no pun intended, on Theo all day long, even though he's watched out for me for the past 10 years. And I was talking to those fine folks in the bar, and you just told them to bug off. And you walk into my life, proclaim that you care about me, and yet you don't want to see all the things that I care about. You just want to get things done and not actually spend time with me. Is that enough evidence for you?
From your perspective, I can see that. 100%. And I am sorry. Can I give you a little bit of what I see?
Sure.
The first time I've seen you in 10 years, you are in a coma. And the doctors aren't sure when you're going to wake up. Then you do wake up, and it's then that I learn that the same God that has commandeered my life has taken away yours. And I know from your perspective you don't see that it's been taken away. You see that it very differently than I do. But all I see is my baby sister that I wasn't able to protect 10 years ago when our family was ripped apart, being used again, but for something that is hurting you.
But I can help people.
So can I. I was tasked with ending a war. You were tasked with being the mouthpiece of a god. So when you say that I don't take the time, it's because I was not given time. Every day that I am not at the front lines figuring out how to stop Cuth Walden is another day that innocent men and women are having their souls ripped from their bodies. I don't mean to discount what you've experienced here or your life here. I went from one horror to the next for the last 10 years. And I'm trying to I'm trying to handle the fact that my little sister is back in my life, and I find you in a state of what you were at. I don't. So I'm sorry that you feel like I discounted you and discounted your feelings. What I want 100% is to put you in a box and keep you safe for the rest of time. Hide you from any that would hurt or use you. So I am sorry.
You see her soften a lot, and then she just leans over and hugs you.
And
And
oh, dear.
Perfect timing
just-
there.
she just leans over and hugs you, and just a couple tears come down. I did miss you, Anna.
I return the hug and just like full arms wrapped around, hand at the back of the neck kind of thing. I'm going to say, I missed you too. The weight of not knowing where you were was very difficult to hold on to for so long. So are we okay now?
Yes. But give me time to adjust too.
I will. I will try. I will
I'm
definitely
not-
try.
6 anymore.
I know. It's... Please also be patient with me, considering I was raised as a warrior. People's feelings were not things that I was ever told to take into account.
I will also do my best and try and be patient.
Thank you. I'll
But-
just give her a little kiss on the head, top of the forehead, right here.
And she just gives you, she releases from her hug and then gives your hand a squeeze with her gloves. She did not remove her gloves.
Can you explain, what's the glove thing, darling? Why do you wear gloves?
To prevent seeing the future of others by touching them.
Did you see Az's future when you touched him?
Thankfully, no.
Oh.
But I did feel and see his magic.
He is pretty cool.
But-
He is quite amazing at that, isn't he?
He is, and he's quite handsome.
I know. I don't, yes. And like for the first time since you've been reunited, you see Anna kind of turn into what looks like truly for like the first time a 19-year-old. Yeah, I know, he's really cute. It took a little bit though. Like he has major issues. Like me.
So do you.
Well, I mean, of course I do. That's like without saying.
Yeah, did
But-
not know you were 19.
Well, yes, she's 19. She's quite young. The
You'll
accent makes
have
it sound
a-
older.
This whole family has emotional baggage of like 35-year-olds.
I know.
Yeah.
And they're like 16 and 19 years old. It's almost like we're in the middle of a YA novel.
Yeah.
Az isn't even out here. Just don't
No.
get started with that.
Well, Az is 35
Yeah,
though.
Az is a little older.
Az is older.
It's also an Azimir, so he lives longer.
That's true. I know. He's got kind of a complicated past though. Like he's a lot of baggage himself.
I want to hear more about the relationship.
There's not a lot to be said. I mean, we've bonded quite a bit over the last few months through being thrown together in Cheliax, and he had to get me out through the Bellflower Network. Otherwise, I most likely would have been killed. So that started it all, and then we just kind of became like together, not romantically, and then that just kind of evolved to together romantically.
How old is he?
You see her cheeks get a little pink. She's like, he's a little older than me. He's about 35.
He's Anna. He's he's but he is handsome.
He
And
is very
he seems really nice.
He is. He's wonderful, and he's very kind and generous, and
And I bet he heals you a lot.
he does. I mean, I was kind of like given to him, but not really. Like I was kind of tasked with this idea of like being his shield and his sword and whatnot, and so I kind of do that on the regular, and he has to save me quite often. But in the reverse as well, though, if it wasn't for me, he'd be dead multiple times over. So we've kind of saved each other in more ways than one.
You're a good team.
Yes.
As you're talking, you do hear then Az come out of the little the cabin and say, "We do need to have a bit of a discussion.
About what?
Can we wake Theo? Would he?"
Let's let him sleep for a little longer.
I think he needs
He
to be
doesn't-
part of this conversation, though.
Um,
We need to talk about what's happening tomorrow.
Oh. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, actually.
Because
I'm coming.
that's part of the discussion.
Are you
that needs
sure?
to be had.
I'm not going to bar you from coming. I'm not going to tell you can't.
Thank you.
But I do want to make a point of asking that you please, for the love of the gods, stay back. If we get
Oh,
into
I plan
trouble.
on staying back. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm gonna help.
How?
I have magic.
What kind of magic?
Healing magic.
Stay very far back, then.
Although,
Okay.
Anna, you might remember we're going into a crypt. Healing magic against the undead is quite effective.
You have healing magic, yes?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, exactly. I know that was a rhetorical question.
So I
I
was
wasn't
like,
necessarily
I did
asking
think that'd
if
be
you
kind of
did.
obvious
No,
from all the times before.
She can splash some water at his face.
Did she always have such a like fleeting memory?
Do you realize you're
Yes,
asking?
she
She's not seen
did.
me for 10 years.
Well, I'm talking about young you. I mean, is that...
Yes, young her was just as yeah.
I'm just saying, for my mental sanity going into battle, if we go into battle, which we probably will because that's our luck, please stay back farther than...
However, see, I do think that, again, Theo should have an opinion on this.
I'm just gonna like go and just big thing of water straight over Theo.
Theo, you just had a
Do you have
big
to
thing.
roll something?
Does he need to roll
Yes.
acrobatics or reflex?
I have a question for you. Is he completely asleep, or is he awake enough to try and dodge this?
He's in like the nappy state where like you don't realize you've fallen asleep yet, and your thoughts are like visual syrup.
Okay, I want you to then roll a. I want to do a will save. Roll me a will
I
save.
don't know what that is, but okay. Let's see.
A will save is like a constitution.
Kind of, yeah.
Where would it be on my sheet?
It says will.
It's at the very top.
It's at top center. See, I'm looking at your sheet right now. Yeah, so you got fortitude, reflex, and will saving throws. Right below your armor class.
Oh, found it. Okay,
Oh, I don't think it works.
cool.
Do you realize I haven't really played with our dinosaurs at all, or our dragons?
26. No,
26.
sorry. 36. No, 36.
Okay, there we go. I
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh!
I was like, I know your modifier, dude. Come on. You get splashed. This water starts coming, and you feel you are instantly able to pull yourself out of any sleepiness that is there, and immediately know what's going on. So I will just allow you to decide: does Theo move or just let the water splash him? It's up to him.
I'm gonna roll over onto my side and slowly open one eye.
There we go.
You can open and you see that Anna's standing there with like her eyes kind of like wide, eyebrows up, just like, oh wow, look at you.
Are we done? Are we done here?
No,
not
but we need you to be awake
doing-
and to be a part of the conversation.
Oh, thank you for the cheers.
Thank you for the bits.
The cheers.
Cheery bits. Bitsy cheers.
They make me cheerful.
Oh, and a thing came up.
And I slowly sit up.
Hero point! Okay, because there's 3 heroes tonight, you have to decide who it goes to.
Sia, Andoriana, or Theo. So that Theo, real quick, kind of brings you up to speed. Like, we are just discussing tomorrow, and Sia's desire to come with us.
Right, which is tied to my whether or not I go.
Yes. But, I mean, we've already discussed she's going to come. I've just requested she stay back a little farther in safety.
Okay, what if something attacks us from behind?
What if a house falls out of the sky and lands on you? Whoever Abby is playing tonight. Okay. Sia got hero point.
Sia! Yay, Sia! Thank you!
Nice.
Yes, I think we will definitely want to keep her safe. I generally stay back as well.
Yeah, so you'll be with us.
I'll be able to assist her.
You're in good company.
But
she is rather powerful.
I'm sure she is.
See?
No, I did not believe you. I believed you completely. You are my sister after all. I mean, kind of a given that you'd be
There is one
powerful.
important question here, so do either of you have anything with which to defend yourselves?
Like a sword.
And for the first time, you see the cane that he kind of hobbles with. He unscrews the top of the ornamental cane, and a blade pops out from within its sheath.
Uh-huh.
And he springs it back in, and then he unfurls his dueling cape to show a hand bow or hand crossbow.
You know, just as a point of fact, that cane is illegal in certain places. There's just like a random thing that I happen to know.
We are illegal in certain places.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I don't have any weapons, but I do know how to shoot a bow.
Okay.
well, how
And I'm really
experienced-
good at sneaking around too.
The only thing is, I don't want to give her, and saying this to Az, I don't want to give her a weapon if she doesn't know how to use it very well.
We don't know how well she can use it. Have you? So you've shot before, Sia?
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't see anything on you, either of you, that offer too much protection. Tomorrow we might want to see
You mean
about-
armor?
You can't
Yes.
injure something you can't hit.
Exactly. But armor might be helpful too.
Maybe
But I'm
something
not
that would
very strong
Well,
physically.
leather armor. I mean, I do have leather armor, as well as my full
I do
garb.
not. If you notice, mine doesn't. There's okay.
I honestly forget if I'm wearing armor. Let me check.
Well, I don't know. Is Sia strong enough to actually have leather armor?
She's not proficient in it. So.
Oh, okay. So that's a no. Never mind.
Oh, I do have a coat. I have a armored coat.
Yep.
It looks like clothing, but it's layered.
Yeah, you notice, Theo, when he opened up his cloak, you notice that also it is heavy lined like Gambison on the inside, so like that. It's deceptive, but that does offer some protection.
And that's underneath the dueling cape.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, then, you know what? You probably are all right now with what you have. I mean, we are going to be most likely, if we end up in combat with anyone, it's probably better not to encumber you with something that you haven't practiced in.
But I'm really good at hiding.
I stick a bolt into the hand
good.
crossbow and I toss it to Sia and go, Prove them. Prove what you can do.
Okay. I'm better
Does she
at
have to roll to catch it?
Yeah.
Because if you drop it, the charade's over.
So he tosses it to you.
Athletics.
I need an athletics.
I'm showing blind faith in you. I don't even know if you've done this before.
Does it have to be athletics?
I will let
Can
you
it
do
be-
acrobatics.
Thank you.
Dude, I wanted to see athletics.
The one's strength-based, the other one's dexterity-based. It's a light thing. It's not about her strength.
Okay, fine.
That is 24.
Okay, you catch it. You knew it
Like
was coming.
with a
He's just
lot of-
tossing it to you.
Like with flourish, or does she just
Just like-
catch it? Like
no,
oh, okay,
it's just
got
like,
it.
oh, okay. Now, Sia, you've got a bow. I mean, you currently have a crossbow. You have a hand crossbow. What are you going to do with it?
I'm much better with like an actual bow, but I then at one of the out of the way, I make sure everyone's out of the way, or I move to swear, and then I shoot I want to shoot one of the cabin
Planks.
planks. Thank
Alright.
you.
Go ahead and do an attack roll, which you would be proficient.
night,
So it'd be
Miss
the exact
Tunk.
same roll as your bow.
Good night, Miss Tunk. Have a good night, Hunter.
So +4. Okay. Ugh. I just crit failed.
Oh, you do
Who'd
have
you
a
hit?
hero point.
You do have a hero point.
Oh, I'm gonna use my heal. I am
No, don't. It's way funnier if you hit someone else.
We are gonna go into battle, and your hero points will most likely be very important at that point.
But she also has 2 of them.
But you have 2 of them,
and she can
so-
get more.
I didn't roll much better. That was a 2.
No!
+4, so 6.
Wait. What do you mean +2? +4?
Well, it says my short bow is hit to hit +4.
That's not quite right.
Hold on. Let me
Okay.
look. Hold on. Let me
What's your
just look
what's
up
your
a-
dexterity?
My dex.
So this is a short bow?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yes.
That shouldn't matter. So yeah, what's your dexterity?
I'm looking. My dex is +4.
That's what I thought. Okay. So it then should be +16.
Oh,
For some reason, it's not
Okay.
adding your proficiency bonus to it.
Yeah.
okay.
So 18.
18.
That's still not great.
You
That's
aim,
still...
and you fire, and you hit the side of the building. It went off to the side a little bit and down, and like if there was a person there, it wouldn't have hit anything on them.
And
I'm not as good with a crossbow. It has too much back shot.
Well, and you do notice that the action of him tossing it to you did dislodge the bolt from its direct shooting path.
Oh. It's the weapon's fault. Okay.
Yeah.
I like the way
Worth a shot.
that people I've heard GMs doing it is your proficiency and your ability to do something didn't just go away because you rolled low. It's that something happened, something, made it to where that moment it didn't perform the result as expected. And I believe in that method for jamming. So yes, you didn't it's like, oh, I didn't quite set the bolt right before I shot.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
fine.
can try again. Show you.
Honestly, I think it's okay. If-
Anna, let her show us.
Okay. Go ahead,
Okay,
Daniel.
so I
I
check.
hand you a bolt because now you have to load it yourself.
Yeah, I load it. I
grab
struggle
it,
a little bit pulling it back. But I load it and I check everything's right. And that's an 18 plus 16.
See, there we go. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you fire off and you nail dead center in the plank that was right there. So it's a perfect shot.
All right. Well,
50% of the time, it works every time.
Well,
I think that's
tomorrow maybe we should look into something there. Also, Anna,
yes, darling.
she is going to be farther back. Something that can hit farther forward might be good.
I think that's fine. I think that's perfect. We can. She can. That's
Well, we do have something that.
telepathically. Anna's gonna be like, "What are you talking about?"
The dagger?
Oh,
She's a lot nicer
oh,
now.
yes, no, yes. I think that's a brilliant idea. Let's do that.
So, Sia, we do have something that might be useful for you to have for your protection, but it's unique. And
Oh,
it might scare you a little at first.
Anna at this is gonna like kind of get up out of the hot tub, and go into her small bag and like kind of rummage around. Well, I guess she doesn't have to rummage around because it's a small bag of holding. She's just gonna go in, think of it, and pull it out. And you see a dagger. Actually, no, it wouldn't have been there. It would have been strapped to my back.
Okay.
So just gonna pick it up. You can bring it over. And you see it's a beautiful dagger with like filigree on the handle. Isn't that? I'm describing the right one, right?
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
a silver steel colored handle, but then the blade appears to almost be black glass. Like
So
almost
like obsidian.
what is this made out of?
You know, that's a really good question.
soulstone.
It's made out of a soul stone. It's made out of a soul stone? Really? Is that how they keep it in there?
Except it is the soul is built into it, so it's not like you can just release it.
So we can. Wow, I didn't know that. Anyway, so this is his.
Wait,
Okay.
what is soulstone?
Soul stone is a stone that can hold or contain a soul within it. It's what Cuthwaldwin is using currently to fuel his automatons. And yes, there is someone in there, but she is.
So this is our friend. She, due to unfortunate circumstances, in her previous life, her soul is stuck here, but she is very good at helping us and is very nice, and she will be able to help you because she has some special powers and abilities that she can do. And he kind of goes to hand you the dagger.
Sia doesn't want to touch it.
Believe me, it will not hurt you at all.
Anna's going to put a hand on her shoulder and say, "You will like who is currently in there, I promise."
They're gonna talk to me.
Yes, she will.
In my head.
She will.
I don't know if I want more voices in my head.
She'll only talk to you while you hold the dagger. And she's actually very, very adept at combat. She can manipulate the dagger itself as well. This is how I defeated the dragon, actually, is she extended the length of the blade to cut the throat of the dragon. So, she's very good to have in a fight.
And just if you are going to be in the back and you need, that she will help keep things away.
Yes. She kind of...
Can you
urge her to take it?
Put it back in the thing.
Do you want her to try to get to know you while in battle or before?
How about tomorrow?
Or not at all.
You don't have to. I'm not going to force it on you, but this dagger is a better choice than
And Az kind of grabs it. Az kind of grabs it. He's like, hello. Yes. Yeah, could you help me out? Okay. Yeah. And then he kind of like takes the dagger, points it towards his cabin, and then you watch suddenly as the blade extends straight from it, going out. It'll go out 60 feet, and then where it hits the cabin, it impacts, and you hear boom as it impacts at the
Sia
blade
jumps and goes like,
and then
wow.
the blade comes back, and he's like, so
See?
it's
Right
very
handy.
effective. So if you want something to help protect you, this would be a good thing, but it is up to you.
Yes, we're not going to force it on you. And she's just, it's just,
I think the dagger's really cool. I just don't want another person in my head.
Do you have a lot of people in your head?
that's a very
when
good
I have-
question.
When I have visions, I do see a lot of things, hear a lot of things.
It is
And she,
strange.
like, closes her eyes.
Anna took a bit getting used to people talking in her head.
I did.
Then she got used to it.
I did.
I talk in her head all the time.
He does.
Around us.
Yes, of course.
Rude.
I prefer to speak out loud. And then there are times where I am...
Red.
I mentioned, Sia, that I have magic from my ancestors. Yes? Do you remember that? I can at times connect with the spirits of those ancestors, and then they kind of come out and help me with different things.
Yes, he does.
That's
it.
weird.
He does. It is very odd because his voice changes, his demeanor changes, he walks differently. It's very odd.
I want to see it. Show me.
Okay. What do you want me to do? Like, they help me with different skills. Is there something, a musical instrument someone has?
Hand him the handbow. Make him do the same test you just did.
Yeah. Shoot the hand crossbow.
Okay, okay. I will do that. And then Az will
Because he's definitely not proficient.
close his eyes. And actually, I think I am.
Are you?
Az will close his eyes and
For the purposes of this demonstration,
Yes.
Az is not proficient in crossbows, in simple weaponry.
Az is actually going to close his eyes, and then he reaches back in his ancestral line and finds someone who was a trick shot.
Ooh.
And so then it's going to be performance. And so then Az is going to suddenly, you watch as body shakes, quivers, and then suddenly stands up straighter, opens his eyes, and then flicks his hand up. Give it. Here.
Here you go.
This is one I haven't seen before.
Ha! And then he starts like spinning it around his hands, like gunslinger style. Like, doing the spin around. Puts out his hand to Theo. The bolt. 2, please.
And I hand 2.
And then he's going to spin them around, and then he is going to hopefully roll well. That's well enough. So he is going to take one bolt, clicks it, shoots it, then loads it again almost immediately, shoots it again, hitting the one bolt that was shot and then sending it down. So the one hits at the bottom of the cabin, and the other one hits at the top. And they both stick there. He's like,
Whoa.
there you are.
Do it again.
I only work for tips. Do you have tips? Hey, and takes off his hat and starts going around like this. Like, for tips?
Az.
As you wish. And then suddenly, oh, is that,
It is quite impressive, isn't it?
oh, that was a good shot, was it not?
It was.
Oh.
That was wonderful.
Wait, you're not present?
This somewhat, it's like a,
Not really.
watching from third person. It's like you know
Weird.
it's happening, but someone else is doing it.
My
So-
visions are like that sometimes.
Yeah. So I'm not necessarily in complete control at that moment, but I can kind of guide it. So yes,
Sometimes when I dream, I chase leaves.
of course, that would
Wait.
make sense.
What?
So
I felt left out. I wanted to contribute to the conversation.
Oh, okay.
but so
Um,
but this takes us back. So tomorrow maybe we go and see about a bow.
do I have to touch my skin to the dagger for her to talk to me?
No, Anna does it with gauntlets on constantly.
And she, honestly, she's not. It's not like she's in your head like intrusively. It's like she's like there, like she's like a partner.
It's like someone standing next to you.
Yes. And
What's her name?
I don't.
Pop quiz.
remember. I don't remember her name.
She does not remember her name either. It was a long, long time ago.
She's healed quite a bit since then, though.
Her last owner was a bad person.
She was a horrible hag, and we killed her.
Thank you, Anna,
You've killed a hag.
for being delicate. Always.
I don't do delicate, darling. You know that. Yes, it was a hag, and it was quite satisfying to destroy her. Because it also cut off a section of Coothwaldwin's operation, which was very nice.
That's a really good thing.
Yes, it was. See, I don't need to like keep her from the truth. That's fine. She's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now that I'm out, I'm cold and shivering, and I think I'm going to get out of the tub.
So yes,
get rest.
so we can talk
I
tomorrow.
forgot that was still a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're all
it
talking around the tub right now. Like
it
the
goes-
steam is coming off.
It
of
goes
the-
for an hour. Yeah,
My
it runs
feet
for an
is still digging in.
hour. So let us sleep. Do we need to stop by the temple tomorrow before we head out?
That's
there-
mostly for when she's sleeping.
I do remember they did release you into my care. I think it would be wise, as a doctor, I think that we should check in with them so they can tell that we did not abscond with you and we did not mistreat you. They don't know us. I think would
Okay.
make the nurses and doctor feel a lot better.
Do we really have to? Though?
I'd like to see my nurse friend anyway.
Yes. Well, you're welcome to sleep in the cabin or to sleep in your bed and cot. It is completely up to you. Anna, I'm going to get some shut-eye.
No, I will come with you. That's fine.
Well, I figured you would. It was more of Sia and...
I'm going
you.
to look at Bruce and be like, see, Bruce, darling. Bruce, darling.
Yeah.
Stay with Sia and bite anything that does not belong in the house. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
All right. No, wake up. And just kind of like shake his face a little bit. Okay, got it?
Bite Sia?
No! Don't bite Sia. Bite anyone who does not belong in the house. Protect Sia.
Okay.
If you don't, I'm sending you back to the fairy realm. Do you understand?
You watch him slowly pad over to Sia and just kind of bump you with his side. And then he'll just follow wherever Sia goes to.
All right. Bruce,
I get to sleep with Bruce, and she
Yes.
runs to her room.
Oh goodness. Okay. Good night. Good.
Good night.
Yes. The dog is always going to get more attention than I will. It's fine. And then I'm just gonna follow, or Anna's gonna just follow Az into the the cabin and just hang out there, go to bed.
Yep. All right, so you both head in there. Theo, you go and sleep in your own little cot there.
Yep, and you once again hear the constant spinneroonies, and then sit, and then spinneroonies, and then sit, and then spinneroonies, and then sit. It goes on for like hours.
Oh my
And there's not even like
gosh.
an equal rhythm where like you can kind of like get used to the sound and fall asleep to it. It's like on a beat, off a beat, off a beat, on a beat,
Oh
on
my
a beat.
gosh, that would drive me insane.
Well, Sia is very used to this. This is honestly is now kind of a white noise, soothing sound for her. Bruce, it does not bother. At first, he sits up a couple of times. And then
Sia wants him on the bed with her.
okay.
Snuggles.
He crawls up there onto
Good
the bed,
snuggler.
and then he literally like lays his head, like his neck, across your neck. He just goes.
Oh, suffocator.
Sia just wraps her arms around him and like moves him a little bit so he's not quite on her neck, and just like and just sleeps. Like almost immediately asleep. Oh, that makes me want a doggy to cuddle
Oh,
snuggles.
it's so nice. We snuggle with our Letty like that. It's very nice.
As you sleep, Anna, sleep normally. Theo, you sleep normally. Sia.
Yeah.
Ah!
Phrasma's coming for you.
As you sleep, you dream. You dream of a dark place filled with stone walls, spider webs, darkness. You feel yourself pulled deeper into it. And then at the end is a door. And beyond that door, as you pass through, you see a glowing skull with green eyes, with a toothy grin on its face. And then you wake up.
Is it morning or middle of the night still?
Middle of the night still. But
Would there have
this-
been any external physical signs of the dream from her body?
No, there were no, other than depending on how she wakes up, nothing else.
I would say
Just
she
'cause
does.
I would be like super sensitive to hearing her like toss and turn.
I would say she bolts up like.
Theo, roll me a perception check.
What's Bruce gonna do about
Ooh,
that?
that's my favorite. I
imagine Bruce would be
perceive.
kind of freaking out right now.
What's my phone thing? Okay. Natural 20.
Whoa! Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, only for a 42.
22.
Say it one more time.
You got another 42.
Yeah, it's 40.
Woo!
So you know before she even wakes up, and you are at her side as she sits up in bed.
I don't say anything. I'm just there, and you hear the calming breathing sounds of.
And it is very calming to see us to hear those noises. She takes your hand and is like, "He had another dream."
What was it? If you
There
feel
were-
safe to talk.
Halls, and it was then dark, and then halls, and then dark, and then halls, and then dark, and at the end there was a door, and through the door there was a creepy skull with green eyes, and it looked at me, and then I woke up.
Was it one long corridor, or like were you turning?
I couldn't tell. It was just like light and then dark, like there were torches on the wall, and then, but it was really dark and then light and then really dark again.
GM, Would I in the history of her having visions and dreams, and then like being like, "Hey, this wasn't my dream," as it's happening? Would I have noticed habits or like correlations between like when or how long it takes for us to walk into what's taking place?
No, it's been
Okay.
it's been all over the place, and a lot of things she's dreamed have never happened to her.
Oh, fair.
You imagine that there's something that maybe somewhere in the world this happened, but yeah, it's difficult to track that way. It's not that what's the word I'm looking for? Formulaic.
Okay. Cool.
And you do see have also on one other side this also his big paws kind of come up on you and starts leaning against you as Bruce is just like
Sia then remembers he's there and like
Doesn't scream.
nope. And then just holds him close and then just kind of lays on top of him and then just takes some deep breaths, and it takes her a while, I think, to go back to sleep, but she just pets Bruce like methodically.
as you lay there petting Bruce, you do suddenly notice crawling along his back is a spider. You are well aware that the spider is a symbol of Pharasma.
Of who?
Pharasma.
Oh, God.
I'd say she pick up the spider, like put her hand up like on his back and like gestures for it to come on.
The spider crawls forward, walks up onto your hand. And as it does, most people, when the spider walks on their hand, they're like, hey, creepy. You suddenly feel this cool warmth. Like, like...
I'm probably very familiar with it.
Yes. And it sits on your hand, and you feel almost, like there's a familiarness here as the spider sits there in your hand. And your fears start to just subside. Almost as if a calming spell had been cast on you. And then you find yourself drifting off to sleep.
Okay. She then pulls her covers close and Bruce closer and falls asleep.
Okay.
And she puts the spider probably back on Bruce. More an afterthought, like, oh, I don't want to squish it.
Yep.
All right. I would like everyone to roll me a d20.
Okay. Hold on, that's not.
I don't like that at all.
My phone is not hot tonight.
Did you grab real dice yet?
No, on our break I will.
Yep.
Just a straight dice roll.
Yep, straight dice roll.
Mine's 11.
Okay.
Maybe we should try
5.
Oh, I win 2.
Oh, jeez.
Ugh.
Az
Not quite
5.
a natural one.
Az got a 5.
I was got 5.
Twinsies.
Way to shake off the rust before we get to combat. Good
Yeah.
job, team.
Yep, good job.
And we will find out what that dice roll does in just a moment as we're
so
going to take that 5-minute
rude.
break right now so everyone can use the restroom. So we will be back in 5 minutes for you to find out what did that roll mean. Ooh, good things, bad things, horrible things. We will
Wonderful
find out.
things.
And you can't use hero points on this roll. So here we
Why?
go.
Abby will be back in just a second, but I did wanted to share some news with you guys. If you are fans of Harry Potter and you have watched all of the movies and possibly read all of the books, the actor who plays Hagrid, Robbie Coltrane, died today at the age of 71. So that was sad. We lost Hagrid. So we've lost a couple of actors from that series that it's very sad.
Yeah, Abby, I don't know if you saw the news, but we lost Hagrid today.
Hagrid died.
Yeah, Robbie Coltrane died. Well, Hagrid didn't die, but Robbie Coltrane died.
No, Hagrid's dead.
And we lost Mrs. Potts, too.
Oh, which one?
First one. Angela Lansbury just died.
Angela
2 days
Lansbury
ago.
died?
When did that happen?
Like 2 days ago.
Why
I missed
are
that.
these people from
It's
my
okay, we need-
childhood all dying?
One more's got to go.
I know!
They always die in threes. One more's got to go.
Maggie Smith, you are not allowed to die ever.
Don't even put that into the air.
We've decided that Maggie Smith is actually a fae queen in Glamour.
Yeah.
And she's never going to die.
Nope.
We also thought that
Betty White was never going to die.
the queen, like
Oh,
the Queen of
Elizabeth.
England, had a Horcrux.
Seriously, that woman, we all felt like she was going to live forever. But
Well, Harry took it.
Harry did take it. Did indeed
All right.
take it.
So, let us get back.
I just thought I would share that little bit of news if you had not heard yet. People of the world of Harry Potter is a little less bright today.
Should we find out what that roll was for?
Yes, what was the roll for, Weston?
Yes, please.
First, put on music because it freaks me out when there's no music.
Yeah, the weird thing is it there?
It's there. I can barely hear it. Can you guys hear it?
I never hear it.
They
I'm
don't-
not
You
connected
guys
to
don't
that.
ever hear it? Oh, that's
I
We're not connected to
remember
that
having
sound file.
really overwhelming music last time. Then we turned it down, but I haven't heard any music this time.
Yeah.
I've never heard
well,
music.
Okay, apparently Weston.
I also don't see any, like, unless I switch to the Twitch stream, I don't see any, like, the graphics or anything.
Yeah,
I'm just
Yeah.
focusing on
unfortunately,
your wonderful faces.
my system, for some reason, I can have all these cameras going, but if I screen share, it overclocks my CPU.
So, if you wish to, you don't hear anything.
And I'm so glad that you don't use
It just started.
Discord because Discord hates my internet.
I know we hate Discord. So wait, don't hear anything as in like you hear nothing at all?
I
We hear you
us?
guys.
That's all I care about.
Okay, so you hear the voices. You just don't hear Sirenscape. Do we only hear Sirenscape?
They should hear Sirenscape.
You guys should be able to hear Sirenscape.
They
Not Abby and Julianuary. They. The other they.
I want a cool nickname too.
Abster.
Okay.
Can I call you Abster? Does that work?
Yes. Sure.
We'll try it out tomorrow when we see each other. Abby and I are going to see each other tomorrow. How awesome
Yay!
is that? We are going
Although
to...
technically, Abby is a nickname, so
Is your full name Abigail?
yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
Abigail Ann.
Abigail Ann. Oh, I like that. My middle name's Marie. Hayley Marie.
Aw.
I've played around with the idea for a half a second of like having a stage name or a pen name, like an author's name or something like that, be Marie Bell or Marie White when I was younger, before I got married to my gorgeous, sexy husband that's across the way from us. Me.
Okay, it was not going through, so now it is. There was no music. They couldn't hear the music at all.
Okay. Abby.
The important thing is that they do hear us.
Yes, that's true. Sorry, I just like shooting the breeze. I apologize. I'm
Haley doesn't want to get back on track. She's like,
I am apparently
We all rolled a d20, and I won by rolling a 2.
we have a 2, 2 5s, and an 11.
You did. Here's what you won, Theo.
Here's what you won.
On
What
the
did I
Price is
not
Right.
receive?
He's the one that did a 1 and everyone else was over.
Theo. In the morning, the early morning light wakes you first. You wake, look around, stretch. You turn over. Where would you put your things at night? Would they just be on next to you on the floor?
Yeah, like pretty much arm's reach.
Arms reach, okay. As you go to get up and you turn over, you notice there's something weird about your cane sword.
What kind of weird?
It looks off. It's generally, I mean, your cane sword, what color is the metal on the cane sword? The hilt and such.
It's an ornamental wood and like gold carving.
Okay. It seems to be covered with a film.
A film? Like a liquid?
Yes. Something gossamer.
Spider webs.
I don't know what that means.
Spider webs. Spider webs are gossamer.
Oh, gross. Cool. The spiders can have the house. Then they walk out of the house and never come back. No, I'm kidding.
You abandon everyone and everything.
That's what Theo does. All right.
No. Is it over the entire thing or just the hilt?
It's over the hilt.
Okay. I'm gonna pick it up by the wood scabbard, and carefully carry it out to the main area where I might find something to wipe it off with. And then, like, as I'm doing so, poke my head into Sia's room to see if I see any other remnants that could match it.
As you look into Sia's room, the sunlight coming through the window, and you see a glintering, slight sparkling coming from the sheets over her.
There's spider webs on her
Almost
too.
as if her bed was glistening with dew.
There's spider webs on her too.
Sia,
Oh,
you hear the sounds of him starting to get up and move around.
Okay. I slowly start to stir, but I want to roll over and go back to sleep.
I did too.
You attempt to roll over, but there's this big lump there.
In my morning haze, I try and kick him off the bed.
You try and kick. It doesn't. Throw me an athletics check.
Okay.
Do you not remember how this whole story arc started?
I do, actually, but... where's my lucky D20? I don't see it. Oh, I'll just have to roll 1. That was a 2, but now it's a modded 1.
There we go.
Wait.
She has a -1 strength.
Wait. Okay, so I feel like this is a point. Oh, wait. No, never mind. I was going to say you should use a hero point, but you're just kicking Bruce, so never mind.
So you go to kick Bruce, and instead you push yourself off of the other side of the bed and find yourself somewhat hanging off.
She then gets back on the bed and tries to push him off.
You do notice, Sia, though, as you begin to push it's like that, you do notice, though, that over your bed, wrapped around, as if to hold the blanket in place, there are light spider webs. Not covering, but like at different points, as if they were there to try and hold the blanket on, tuck the blanket on you.
Aw. Sia looks for the spider.
You don't
now
see it.
Distracted from...
Actually, there in the door frame, you see across it. Oh gosh, Someone give me Charlotte's Web. What's the word that she uses?
What is?
I forget.
The fair is a very smorgasbord. What is the word? Oh, okay, I can't remember. The good pig.
Great, yeah, good.
Great pig. What is? Okay, I'm done.
Great dog is spider webs over your doorframe.
Great dog.
As Charlotte apparently left her mark. If anyone knows Charlotte's Web, there's a bit of reference.
We've so gotten off track.
So Theo.
So,
I'm already on the way.
Yeah, he's
is that Web in the doorway?
No, it was more of a joke there. So you do.
So it's not really there.
No, not really there. But you do find again, she's there. There again, so you see that there are some webs that were go across the bed, kind of like I don't know if you're a hatch where you in the summertime you suddenly walk through a door and realize there's a couple webs there you didn't see.
Blech. Yes. Blech.
Gross.
Did she?
Although Sia thinks it's cool.
Yes.
Right.
Oh.
So I wasn't there when it happened, but Sia was like kind and nice and somehow recognized the representation of the spider, right?
Well, it sounds like she did. This has happened before.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, this has happened before.
Gross, 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 gross. And I was just walking into the room, like wiping it with my cape. Just gross, my cane. Just gross, gross, gross.
When it happened before, did it like foretell anything important?
Generally, it happened only on dreams that you felt were important or urgent.
Okay.
Theo,
can you get Anna?
What?
Can you get Anna?
Yes.
Theo, have you
Anna!
tried
I don't
to pull
move.
the
I just
sword out?
yell.
Have you tried to pull the sword out yet?
Nope. I've just been trying to clean it.
All right, cool. You go and yell outside.
I don't even move. I just turn and yell.
There's no way that's getting to me.
Az, on the other hand, is awake
Oh, good.
because he rolled the same as Sia. And so
Anna
Az
just
will
slept through the whole thing.
opens the door. He's up reading and preparing his spells for the day. He looks out. I'll get her. Just a moment. She's a heavy sleeper.
Okay. I used to be. I remember those days.
And then, Anna, how difficult are you to wake up?
I mean, not horribly difficult to wake up. I mean, if you're going to yell at her, she's going to wake up.
Az would come over and just start, gently.
It wasn't like panic yell. It was just like volume.
Say, Anna, it's time to wake up. Sia's needs you.
And Anna's kind of like doing this blinky thing until you say Sia, and then she's like straight up out of bed, hand directly onto her greatsword that stays right next to her. Like, what?
We don't need combat. Just they're simply calling.
All right. She's okay? Everything's okay?
Don't know, but they are calling, but it doesn't sound like there's screaming of death and pain and
I'm not going to
monsters.
risk it. And she still grabs the great sword.
There,
She's
there we go.
holding it.
There, let's go.
And takes it like along with her.
I'm
inside.
gonna lie on the ground and clutch my heart and pretend to have a seizure.
Roll me a deception check
Performance.
or a performance check to see how deceptive you are. Anna comes running out in her nightgown with a bastard sword in her hand.
No, she has a great sword. It's not the bastard sword.
Okay.
It's the big one.
All right, with the great sword, like ready to draw, and Theo is on the ground.
36.
Okay, deceptively, like he's dying on the ground.
And Anna like just freaks out. She like puts the sword down. She doesn't toss it. You know, toss a great sword. So she puts the sword down. She's like, Theo. She looks at Sia and she's like, do you know like CPR for Shuni? I don't. How do we? And then she starts trying to like move his paws to like get an open space, like to try.
If it's allowable, Sia's just looking at him like, Get up.
And it's gonna take Anna a few seconds to realize nobody else is responding. Like,
Yeah, and then
at
and
all.
then and then just the breathing turns into snorts, and the snorts turn into laughter.
She's gonna kind of shove you and be like, "Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Like we are in. This is not this you."
I was not
Stands
part
up.
of that joke. I point to the spider webs on my bed.
Did you have a dream?
This has happened before.
Well, no, I know. The only times that the spiders and the spider webs ever show up is when someone's had a dream, or there's been a vision, or there's been a
Oh, you're familiar.
messenger from above or below. I'm actually not really sure what the planes you would consider it. Is it above?
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to say. We generally say above for the celestial, below for the abyssal. But
if it's actually she's like not
there. It's like
you can't really say to the side.
it's a bit of an
can you?
existential question.
Okay.
The in between.
Is it like she who stands between?
No.
That's a phrase I've heard just in the air, kind of.
Well, whereas my deity would be more like the upside down.
That makes sense. So did you and see or Anna's gonna turn to see you. Did you have some type of dream or something like that?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. And Anna's gonna step right into the room and sit down on the bed and just kind of brush the
Are you still holding your
cobwebs.
greatsword?
No, I told you I put it down.
Okay, just want to check.
I put it down in the hall. But she's
Do you
gonna brush.
sit on Bruce?
No, I'm gonna
I'm
like
sure
kind of brush.
He took up the rest of the bed when Sia got out.
He's like falling out.
Mhm.
No, I'm just gonna kind of prod him a little bit and then sit down.
He looks at you.
He's like, "Good morning, darling. What you do, scritches?" So I give him scritches, but then like kind of like shove him to the side a little bit just to get him to move.
Yeah, with your strength, I won't even make you roll for that. So she shoves him to the side and sits down in your bed.
What did you see? What was the dream?
Well, it started out really dark.
What
And
like with dead people and blood and like that kind of dark, or
like darkness.
oh, like physically dark? Okay.
And then it went light, and we were in stone corridor, and then it went dark, and then light again, and dark, and then light again, and at the end there was a door, and in the door there was a creepy skull with green eyes, and he looked at me, and then I woke up. And then a cute little spider said hello and helped me go back to sleep.
Morrigan was most likely there. Interesting. Most likely it has something to do with something. Gods
Yeah.
know
Yeah, I
what-
never
if-
know.
what I would know.
We are supposed to go down into a crypt.
So maybe we're supposed to
Today.
look for a green skull?
Or avoid it.
Or, might be
It's
one
hard to
of-
say.
Yeah, the potency to...
Or it's a metaphor.
I think, in general, we should take this as be careful
All right, well,
as we descend into the depths.
because I'm so flagrantly not careful. That was not. I was. Oh my! I am not
That
that.
was as good of a joke as mine.
I don't think they're as good as yours.
That is not a joke at all. Like across
Although
the board,
I have
that was
to
not
say,
a joke.
as a medical professional, that was well played.
Oh my gosh! And Anna's
Yep.
just gonna get up at that point and start walking back out. She's like, "I'm going to go get dressed." And she's going back to the cabin to get into her clothes. Has the cabin disappeared yet?
It not quite yet, but it will be soon.
Okay. So she's gonna go get dressed and
You do notice that there is no hot spring anymore in your backyard.
no.
That disappeared. Theo, what's going on with your what is that?
Cane, sword,
Your cane.
The spider seems to have also splooged on it.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. 18 plus 22.
Okay. So,
Woo!
yeah. You do notice that it feels lighter than before.
Lighter?
Yeah, lighter than before.
Oh, that's concerning. I
Actually-
do open it at that point, but slowly because I don't want anyone else to see me panic.
As you start to draw it out, a bright light shines out from the blade as it is glowing this bright white light.
Oh, great. And Anna's not there to see this. Oh, that sucks.
What is happening to your sword thing, Kane?
As we'll walk forward, may I see it?
Yes.
Thank you. And then Az is going to check with his religious and arcane abilities. And then he starts to draw it out more. And you see the blade has completely changed. It is now a blade of pure energy. Theo's got a lightsaber.
What color is it?
It's a shooting Jedi.
Theo, what color is it?
I was imagining like a white hot light.
Okay, white hot light. And
Just
as
pure brightness.
Theo, did this have a rune on it yesterday? Was
I
this
mean-
magical yesterday?
No, it had like jewels and stuff, but it was ornamental and just really, really, really sharp.
Yeah, and he closes it up and then shows you now on the hilt are now a couple of different runes. So on your
Ooh.
weapon, I want
Oh
you
no.
to add you have a +2 added to the attack. It now does double the damage die. And then I sent you
I did actually have ruins on it already.
okay. They didn't show up on
Not
your character
magical
sheet.
ones, just of attack.
They didn't actually show up from on your character sheet.
Oh.
So, now it does double the damage die. So instead of 1, I believe it's D6. Instead of 1d6, it's 2d6. And then I sent you a link for the Brilliant rune that was added to it. And I'll help you with that when we
Okay.
get into combat. But it now
Yeah.
glows as this rune changed the property from a steel blade to a blade of pure energy.
Did the
Sweet.
spider do that?
I can do this, but it would have taken me days. This happened last night.
Can I
Oh.
ask for the blade and see if I can sense Pharasma's energy?
Go ahead.
Sure.
Do a religion check.
And whilst all of this happens, Anna is back in the freaking cabin trying to
Get
get
on her
her
armor.
Frick.
That is. Where is religion? There it is. Okay, that's a 16 plus 21.
Yeah. You can definitely feel the aura of Pharasma's magic coming from this sword.
Pharasma definitely did that. I hope that doesn't mean we're going into a lot of trouble.
Of course it does.
That's a wise thought.
Don't tell Anna I said that.
I think she'll come to the same conclusion herself.
How long has this taken?
Well, considering unassisted, it takes you how long?
I know,
to put
a
on your
half
armor?
an hour. That's why I'm asking, how long has this been where we've been investigating this thing?
5-10 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
Let me go help Anna with her armor. I will be back. Be careful with that. Now is even more sharp.
Pure freaking energy.
So as we'll go, and with his assistance, it'll only take you a few more minutes to get all your armor on, since he can assist
Sia
you.
then gets dressed.
Okay. Do you tell Anna? Does Az tell Anna what happened?
He waits until everyone's together.
Okay. So Anna gets all dressed and whatnot, and she straps on the bastard sword on one side and then the great sword on her back, and she's got her little necklace of daggers that she's made sure are within easy reach, and then kind of looks at Az and be like, was there anything else? Did I forget anything?
No, you didn't forget anything. And as he turns around, all of a sudden the house closes up.
Anna is walking through, hurries through the doorway, shuts up behind her, and she's like, ah!
And then he just grabs his little block of wood and puts it back in his bag of holding. It does seem that the lady decided to help Theo out a little bit during the night.
Help Theo out how?
Making the armaments he has have a bit more oomph. I'll let them show you.
That's not good. All right, I'm gonna head inside real quick and be like, what did she bestowed gifts? Like a bloody freaking tooth fairy? What happened?
This.
Kind of blink a little bit at the brightness and be like,
It'll make a great flashlight.
why does your sword glow?
So we can see where we're going.
Well, I couldn't help with that too. And then Az pops up his halo.
Halo. Sorry.
I don't generally use it, but I can always light everything.
Yeah, it's a neat little trick. Okay.
Do you have wings too?
At times,
Oh.
He does.
but so does she.
What? You have wings too?
Let's
do.
save that because sometimes we might need
I
it.
only
and
get
we
them.
can't
I only
do
get
it too
them
often.
for a short period of time though. I don't have them all the time, but I can pop them out if I need to. Fly.
What do they look like?
They look like bat wings, actually. They're got this really nice, thick leather-like strap, and I can articulate both of them by themselves. So it's I can do one and then the other, and then I've got both arms as well. So it's suddenly I have 4 arms. It's the strangest thing. But they're massive because you can't lift up a human body unless they were massive. So it's I can't really open them in the inside, and when they are collapsed, they touch the ground, and it's quite awkward because I can feel it. It's very strange. I'm sure you needed to know all of that, but there you go.
I imagine she did. I am going to assume though that based on your dream and the bestowal of this, more than likely today will be
We're
eventful.
headed into a major fight.
So, I think it would be wise to divvy out a couple of things. Anna, I believe we actually have a couple of potions that we don't ever use.
Probably, yes.
Let's just have those ready.
So Anna has 2 healing potions.
I know, I've got 2 as well.
So
And we never use them.
we
Az
literally never
steals
use
everything.
them. So we've got those to divvy out to the party as needed.
Well, I guess this is kind of urgent.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's not put it off any longer.
Theo and Sia, we do this all the time. You two don't. Are you ready? Are you sure about this?
I need a bow.
Okay, yes. Let us go and get one.
All right, to the armory.
And
If it helps, I have done this before.
Well,
Okay.
you're an adventurer. You've been in battle.
No,
You're a
I've
soldier.
thought. I've sliced things and not been sliced while doing it.
Oh, so that definition could
Before
mean you cook.
before Sia's time. But I'm practiced and I've kept my skills sharp just in case.
Remember, he was a Andorran soldier when he went.
That is true.
So,
All right then.
he is experienced. Just small and mighty.
And that's my prime.
Gosh, have you guys seen the Mario trailer with the little
Nope.
penguins? and throw
Yep.
the snowballs. That
No, it
should
does
be a
nothing.
taste.
Yay.
I now have something to go watch in a minute.
Oh my gosh, you will love it. You will love it. It's so funny.
So, Theo, you would know where a weaponsmith area is, and you can easily find a bow. However, Az is going to insist that we get you something a little nicer, so he will make sure that the bow has is one that will have a striking rune on it. So, and I can help you with applying those, but definitely, in order to keep it at level, he will buy you a bow with a +2 to attack and the striking, which doubles your damage die.
Nice.
And Az will be like, let us handle this. We have made a good deal of money.
That is true. Az is rich.
I believe you might be more.
I've noticed.
I'm not. You have like an entire. I
Baronetta?
am a baronetta, but I do not have. We forget. I have nothing. I am the baronetta of a pile of rubble.
You do not remember all that you've collected from a dragon's hoard.
Well, that doesn't count though.
And then, oh, yes, my family, my mother has holdings in Cheliax, where currently Cuthwaldwin is,
But you have your inheritance. You got like 5,000 gold, and we're just gonna bicker
which I've
for a
spent
minute.
a lot on you.
We're just gonna bicker for
There's
a
some
little bit.
bickering that goes on there. So we will get you that you can add that bow.
Do you know how to add? Abby?
I'm working on it. I
Okay.
hit the rune button, and
You have
not
to
finding
hit-
it
I'll help
striking.
you with that in just a moment.
Okay.
So with that, with you having your bow,
Off to the cemetery.
yeah, are you guys ready to head out to the crypt?
Yep.
All right.
We're gonna grab a little bit of a light, protein-rich
So my
breakfast on the way.
sheet did say I have a +2 greater striking ruin
Good. Oh, great.
on
Well, that's cool.
on my exquisite sword cane. And I
Oh,
attempted
I
to
found the
add other
striking
ruin.
one.
I accidentally added a lot of other stuff.
Well, we will work that out.
Okay.
So, do I just have a normal weapon striking one?
So you do a
I found it.
the +2 potency and then a striking,
Regular striking.
regular striking.
Mhm.
Weapon. Okay.
Theo, do you know
Yeah.
where this crypt is?
Yes.
Let's find
Says
out.
I can't afford this item.
Roll me a society check.
Give.
With pleasure.
Do we have 2 bastard swords?
21.
Just have one, right?
21.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure where it is. You've heard of it. You're not exactly sure where to go.
Do I have a sense of direction for these types of things, since Pharasma is my individual?
Not really.
Fine. So we're just gonna wander.
As we start wandering, I'm gonna ask out loud. Does anyone? Oh wait, who it was? Az was the one that learned where we're going, right? With me.
Yes.
Weston, I just figured out how to move my bastard sword from one-handed to two-handed.
Yep. Awesome.
You guys, that's a big deal for me. Whenever I figure out technology a little bit, I'm excited.
Yay!
Now you can. You do have that ability for discreet inquiry that lets you use your diplomacy to make inquiries of different people as you go.
Can I non-discreetly ask people? while we
Sure,
go?
you can.
Well, I was gonna say, Az was with me when I learned where we're supposed to be going, right?
Yeah, he told you it was the old crypt outside of town.
Okay.
That was all the guy said. He didn't tell you,
Oh,
give you exact
okay.
directions.
I'm just as we're anytime we pass someone that kind of looks friendly or I may slightly recognize, I might be like, "Hey, you remember where the old crypt is?"
Roll me a diplomacy check.
30.
30. 31?
31.
Okay, 31. With that, yes, you talk to a couple different people and you get someone that's like, oh, yeah, which one? The creepy one? Like the sealed off
guessing.
one?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you take the road. And he kind of explains to you the directions. He's like, but why would you go out there?
Family's in town. I'm trying to impress them.
All right, you got weird family.
Going to a crypt?
Here's the thing, it's kind of true.
You're like a little bit.
Oh. And then you notice he kind of walks away with like a little faster than he was
Freaking
walking
weirdos.
before. It's like freaking goth weirdos. All right, you now do know where to go. So you go out. If you go out the gates and go to the south, you will find your way there. It takes you about an hour of walking.
Holy crap,
Lord.
really?
Between
Oh no.
being in town. Well, you got to get through the town and
Yeah.
then outside of town. And you get to where you're on the outskirts. This was definitely put out there. Not inside the walls of the city of Augustana. But after some good walking, you do find yourself and you see the wrought iron gates of a cemetery.
Anna, as we approach it, is going to pull out her bastard sword and just have it at the ready, just out. And is there like
Are
a
we
lock?
still looking for someone?
Well, yes, we're supposed to be looking for some.
That was out of character. Sorry. That was.
Some. Yes, we are. We're looking for
Shimon-ji,
Shimon-ji. Thank you.
Right.
who is supposed to be an alive female gnoll.
Yeah, but we were told that she might be here. Because
Yeah.
that makes sense.
No, I think it's like one of the. Yeah. Okay. I remember now. Anyway.
Okay.
As you walk up, you do see there at where the opening for the gate is, there is a person standing there, wrapped. They've got a long cloak on, the hat on, and then their face is somewhat wrapped.
Do you recognize the individual?
As we're slowly approaching, I'm just gonna say, "Hey," the name of the person we're looking for. forget the
Shimon-ji?
Yeah, I'm just gonna just in case, just
They do not respond.
okay.
Anna, you wanted to roll something?
I would like to roll a freaking intimidation.
Okay, go ahead.
Freaking person's just freaking standing there. It's a 12 plus. I feel like this is not going to matter. That is a 29.
The head moves a little bit. You see the hat tip back as if they're looking up at you, but you don't really see their face. Like I said, they're kind of covered, kind of like something over their face.
Yeah. So hold on with the intimidation though. I'm gonna have my bastard sword out, but
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, we need to get through here, friend. Are you here to help?
The crypt is sealed. Please leave.
Sealed by the dead, and the dead keep it. We get it. We need to go in.
Please leave.
Oh, dear Lord.
I am so sorry. I thought you looked like someone else that I know. I'm sorry.
Do we need to fight you? I'm just gonna be, brass tacks and all that jazz. We have to get in there.
Investigator. Do you want to use your any of your feats as an investigator to investigate?
Because if you don't stop her, Anna's about to start a fight.
I would love to remember what my feats do and or are.
I know there's so many.
This is why
I
your
chose a lot
GM
of
has
things
your
based
character
on
sheet.
narrative, not thinking I'd ever end up using them.
I know. Weston actually pointed that out to me a few days ago. He's like, he picked all the ones that are role play.
You have an ability called
Yes.
That's Odd. That lets you literally roll, and I have to tell you if there's anything odd in the area.
Ooh.
Like, you got a bunch of feats that literally are like, hey, GM, tell me everything that's going on.
It's true.
Oh, I do remember choosing those because I've never played Pathfinder before. I thought it would be helpful. Um, 4. Yeah, that one. Cool. I'm gonna use That's Odd.
Okay.
When you enter a new location, such as a room or corridor, you immediately notice one thing out of the ordinary. Okay, but what if nothing's out of the ordinary?
All right.
There is.
So I would advise, use that skill, dude.
There's always going to be something out of the ordinary.
You notice that this person standing there, they have their face covered. The cloth that covers their mouth is not. There is no movement of breath. There is no rising and falling of shoulders.
Oh, for shame. Are you kidding me? This person's dead.
I'm gonna, as I'm noticing this, I'm going to slightly retreat to see and be like, hey, what was the face at the end of your dream wearing?
He wasn't wearing anything. He just had
He was naked?
creepy. It was just a head.
Oh, okay.
It was just a head. A
Alright.
skull with green eyes and skull teeth.
Cool. If there's any chance this is the person we're looking for, I'd rather not stab first.
So this person is definitely not a gnoll. A
Oh,
gnoll,
okay.
if you remember, is like a hyena person.
Yeah. So Anna is like not liking any of this. Like, this is bothering her to like the highest of heavens. She is going to make a fairly aggressive step forward.
All right.
So unless something happens, she's about to start to fight. Does anybody want to try to prevent her from starting a fight?
No, I was actually looking. Oh, wait, hold on.
Hayley's picking up the dice. She's about to read.
I'm looking for something.
Is it? Hold on. Is it Citada or Chitada? The. I'm just. Is this somebody in the chat? I'm just wondering how you pronounced it.
All right, Theo, you got a second
All
left.
right. You got one second left.
I was gonna try and help with the attacking.
Oh, you're helping with the attacking. Okay.
Yeah.
Anna's just going to say, all right, friend, time is up. And she's going to swing with the sword.
So you can use the aid action, which then you can use pretty much any of your skills. You just tell me how you're going to do it in some way in order to assist them. You could do deception. You can do it to where you're fainting, anything like that. And that'd be the aid action. You roll. If you succeed, then it gives her a +1.
What do I roll compared to what?
Just roll. So pick one of your skills and then say, I'm going to use this, and tell me narratively how you use that skill.
To aid in the attack.
I am going to use, I guess, acrobatics.
Okay.
Acrobatics is the dex one, right?
Are
No,
you
that's
gonna
fine.
you're gonna try and flip over them?
I'm going to charge on a flank that's like not hidden to
Okay.
draw their attention away, so they're not quite sure who to guard against.
All right, cool. That works. Go ahead and roll d20 and add your acrobatics. And Anna, roll your attack.
24.
24. Okay.
38.
38.
To hit.
All right. You
And
come
this
up.
is with two. Sorry, this is with two hands.
All right, so Theo runs up, kind of doing this bob and weave thing. You come up and swing with your great sword, and it stands there, and you hit it, and it crumples.
Like crumples as in like there's a skeleton in it that crumpled, or crumples as in there was nothing there?
No, like it just falls over.
I
And then you
immediately
hear,
start
and then
taking
you
the
hear a
cloaking
voice
stuff
speak
off.
out.
Oh.
This crypt is shut. Please leave.
Oh my gosh, this is like an automated message. This is like a little bit of magic that just says that to anybody who comes. This is ridiculous, and she just kicks at the door.
We are a really violent group.
She's a very violent character.
Anna is a
at the
violent
beginning, at
character.
the first sign of like, that's not what we think it is, we kill it. That was very, very efficient. Good work, team.
And Sia's just sitting back there like, what is happening?
As walks up to this creature there, and kind of leans down and begins to examine Anna.
What?
This. First off, it's dead.
Well, of course it's dead.
Been dead. It is mindless.
Yeah, like it's an automated message.
Kind of. Yeah, it is connected to another mind somewhere that is set it up to say this. So, yeah.
So it knows that we're here now. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Well, let's go inside as
I
fast
think
as we
it
can.
already knew, but yeah.
Let's get inside.
All right.
And
I'm
try
going
and-
to take the cloak.
The cloak.
It was
All right.
wearing a cloak.
You pull this cloak
Like a
off
mask.
as
I'm
we-
just I'm gonna try and put on its clothes and look its part.
All right. As you begin to pull this off,
Wait,
please
wait,
roll
wait.
for me a
Wait.
fortitude check.
Wait,
Wait,
how big
wait,
was this
Wait,
creature?
I have a feat for this.
Okay.
So it says you have a connection to mindless undead that allows you to communicate your intentions to them on a rudimentary level.
Okay.
So I can roll a diplomacy and make an impression on
But
them.
we
Go
already
ahead.
killed it.
It's been dead. You just knocked it down.
Oh, so we didn't destroy it.
No.
It's just on the ground. Wait, so is it a skeleton or is it like a zombie?
Kind of in
We're
between.
about to find out when I undress it.
Don't do it.
Go ahead, Sia. Go ahead, Sia.
Okay. Woohoo! That is 15 plus 19.
Okay. So, tell me, Sia, how do you make an impression? How does your magic and your connection to the Lady of Death, how do you connect with this mindless undead?
Oh my gosh.
So I just kind of close my eyes and I put my hands together and I just sort of open my mind to it a little bit, just that creature, mindless undead. And I say, we are not patrons, ambassadors of what's our god's name?
Phrasma.
Phrasma. Please let us through.
The creature's mouth pops open. The master says no one enters but the hairy one.
Hairy one. That.
I have hair.
Ask
You
what
mean-
the hairy one is.
The Null?
You see it trying really hard to know what to say, but it's a mindless, low intelligence. It's not quite able to differentiate so much based on different factors.
Who is your master?
Master.
Can you just get it to step aside?
You knocked it on the ground already. It's like laying there. There's nothing
Oh, it didn't
stopping
get back up?
I'm just want I never said it blocked the way.
All right, well then
I'm
just
very
go.
aware of that.
You're just walking with. I'm just walking in at this point.
You
This is
literally
like
could've just
stupid.
walked
I
around.
was just like, okay, we're just gonna move. I'm going to the crypt. You guys can stay here and speak with the mindless drone. But I am going to go. anyone else in accordance. It's not. I don't think it's going to give you anything, Zia. I really don't think it has anything other than automated message. Press 1 to retell the automated message, kind of thing. I'm not being callous. It's already dead.
She's probably right, Sia. There's not much you can do.
So should we?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Let's go. Let's go.
And as you begin to walk by, you do hear from behind you, "Bye." And
It
that
was
is where
nice
we're gonna
to meet
end
you.
for the night.
Oh,
As you guys begin to go into the crypt, into this.
oh my gosh.
So that was funny. I'm like, yeah, you guys
why'd
literally
you
could
do
have just.
that?
You could just walk
I
up. Yeah,
know.
so Sia, yeah, you have that ability. It's a really interesting one because, like, if you get random walking mindless and dead and things like that, you can, like, try and convince them to just walk away and different things like that. So it is a very interesting ability feat there. So I'm going to say, Theo and Sia, remember, I built this next section with you guys, knowing you guys were going to be here. So I would go through your feats. I would go through your abilities and
I
remind
was reading
yourself.
through it, and I was like, you said mindless.
Yes.
You're like,
Oh,
wait a
something
second.
says mindless.
So we will continue next week with this as we dive into the crypt and we see
didn't quite get there.
what we
today.
find out was in there. Yeah, we just barely got there. But now we get to delve down deep and find what lies beneath.
In the deep, dark. Yay! Well, thank you so much, you guys, for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for interacting with us in the chat and being awesome. We don't really. Do I have anything else to say? Go check out Julian on the Everyday Superhero Cast, and go check out Abby. I'm trying to find the stuff where I
with
posted
Tomes of the Chaos Bard.
things with Tomes of the Chaos Bard. There it is. And
Literally, if you Google it, we take up the entire page. So.
that's good.
Yes, they do.
That's we finally got to that place with Party of Two.
Oh, have we?
We finally got to that place
Yay.
with Party of Two. But they're awesome, both so great. I'm sorry it's late. I'm tired. My brain doesn't work.
So thank you all so very much. And so go check them both out.
Hold on.
Haley will drop the links.
Bamp for a second so I can get the other one.
I'm going to bamf.
Yeah.
What is bamfing? Bamfing is teleporting, right? So thank you for being here. So remember, we will continue this story next Friday at the same time, 8 o'clock Mountain Time. We also will be here on Wednesday for the Family Gaming Experience, where we're going to be talking about Vampire the Masquerade for families. Is this something you should be
And why
playing
it
with?
should not be family friendly.
Should
That
it? Should it not
generally
be? How would you do it?
You could totally do it family friendly.
So this is
Oh, you
this is
totally
going to be
could.
the discussion and the debate that will be had on Wednesday. So come join us with guests Lost Tribes Gaming. We'll be here at Party of Two. Thank you so very much for being here. And remember, it only takes two. Thank you,
Good
and
night,
have
you
a great
guys.
night.
Mwah.